Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. This is your friendly neighborhood redneck Superman coming to you live. I don't know why I always say live, but it's not live. Oh, but this old Gabby Petito, Brian Dirty Laundries case is, oh my God, some of these people on Twitter give me a headache. It's even made national media with some of the stuff on the New York Post that Jamie told me. Also, I'm testing a new microphone that Jamie and I got, and the last video I realized there were some sparks here and there. It sounded like it was a crackle, and I now have it on airplane mode to see if it's going to solve that little crackle every now and then, because I need my audio to be perfect. But this stuff, this has drained me. I've been just constantly working on updates. Today's been a slow day for the past 2 days. Man, when you're going to somebody's, just when they're breaking news. Mr. Laundry took out the trash. Are you serious now? Come on. That's part of what's fueling some of these. It's just the media is fueling this, really, and it's causing some worse scenarios to happen. Like, I was kind of being facetious, and I made a meme with old Ted Bundy, saying it was I found an old Ted Bundy sketch, and I said it was a sketch of artist rendition of Brian Laundry with hair. I was laughing so hard. You will not believe these mofos, these jabronis on Twitter were straight up, "You're an idiot. That's Bob Daggett. That's Bob Daggett. You can't fool me. That's Bob Daggett." And I'm like, it's not Bob Saget. Oh my God. And I'm beginning to love the hippies on Twitter, because at least they're educated. At least they can think for themselves. But what else? Oh, I want to bring this up, and it gets even worse. I seen this on Twitter. They were posting this as if Brian Laundry was trying to run from the Fox News van and get away. If y'all seen this video of the truck sitting in front of the news crew or whatever it was on that side road, and he just gunned it to get on the road to get into traffic, that's normal everyday Florida driving. I pull that maneuver twice a day, okay? He wasn't trying to run, wasn't trying to ditch nobody. He was trying to get into the road. And see, this is where the media gets you and fools you and messes with you. Okay, because from the camera angle, you don't know what type of vehicle they're in. Are they in a big van where you couldn't see around that van? And see that, and that's where you don't get that. You can't break the fourth wall, because they're only wanting you to see certain things. Then go back and twist the story in a certain way, so you think something. Mr. Laundry, he was gunning it to get on the road, because if y'all ain't from Florida, y'all don't know. Y'all just don't know. Florida is, I don't give a fuck. If I don't give a fuck, we're a state. That's what Florida is. That maneuver he pulled is something you have to do in Florida sometimes. Because if you imagine looking in his rearview mirror. If it was a van and he couldn't see around that van to see if there was any traffic, but he knows he's got a little bit of a break, he has to gun it to get on that road. There's tons of roads like that, and I wish I could explain it more, but maybe you have to be from Florida. I don't know. That was a normal maneuver. That was nothing. Nobody trying to escape or get out of the way. He couldn't see around the car behind him, so he gunned it to get on the road. Sometimes I'm driving, somebody does that crap, and I'm like, "Oh, I understand, bro," because I've done that too. Sometimes you got to get out there and get on it. So just get on it. That's what you got to do. So for them to shade it and twist it as he's trying to run from news crews like he's O.J. Simpson in the slow speed chase, this is getting to be Casey Anthony 2.0. I believe the Laundrie parents had watched the whole Casey Anthony showdown thing happen, and they learned their lesson. They're like, if this the crap ever comes down over in our neighborhood, we're shutting the fuck up, and that's what they have done. The constitutional right. And what was the other thing that was on Twitter that happened? It's mind numbing to people that don't understand constitutional rights and what's really going on in this case is because they have no evidence to back it up and going on speculation and assumptions. And I'm just like, my mind is blown over this. Well, what did get in it? Oh, the flower bed. Oh my God. Oh, New York Post said it was YouTubers were pushing this conspiracy theory about there's a tunnel under the flower bed and he's under there hiding, yada yada yada. Oh my God, these people can't be serious. When I first seen this pop up, it actually originated on Twitter and made it to YouTube. It was on Twitter first. So I'm saying these people, they're like, they got a bunker under the house. I'm like, do you live in Florida? They're like, no. I'm like, do you realize that's almost next to impossible to have in Florida, right? You know that, right? And I use this more than once. I'm like, did you see what happened with the subway tunnels in New York when the storm hit? What was that storm that hit? Like, was it Ida or something? That was like a month ago. And when the remnants made it up there, it flooded all the subway tunnels. Did y'all see that? And that Northport is so close to the swamp and sinkholes. I've lived in Florida my entire life. I have never, ever once, ever in my entire life, ever seen a basement. Ever. Never. Never seen one, never been in one, because they don't exist in Florida. If they do, it's very rare, few and far between, and it's a lot of problems because it just floods in on itself and it never works. Now, hey, I'm not saying it's not totally impossible. I mean, given you got unlimited amount of money, you can do it, but the upkeep's going to be crazy. And I think somebody was like, is there some way he could have secretly put in a bunker under that house? I'm like, no flipping way. Do you know where they live? Sarasota. I guarantee you got to pull a permit for everything you got to do. And I'm going to tell you right now, I went and looked it up. I got a permit. I got the permits for the pool. I know the company that built the house. I know who put the pool in. The only 2 permits Mr. Laundrie has ever pulled has been for a fence and a roof on that house. And what was it? They bought the house not too long ago. And that's I'll get into more on that here in a minute. But I had somebody too like, I heard that there is evacuation tunnels going from the Laundrie house all the way to the swamp. I'm like, why would you? Why? Why do you need an evacuation tunnel to a swamp? Why? That's next to impossible. Oh my God. I'll see what happened to subway tunnels in New York. I'm just saying. Just saying. Just go look up the footage. Oh. But yeah, so there was another guy that was trying to argue, and I kept asking questions, and this got me into an argument, just asking questions, because one guy couldn't figure out if he's in New York or Florida, said he was looking up addresses off a business license for that juicer company, and it went to a UPS store, and so that was supposed to be shady. And I'm like, no, people do it all the time. I've ran some businesses for myself, and I used the UPS PO box address for the business address, and because you can receive mail all the time, and if you have to go out of town, it's not sitting on your front porch. You can receive items, use a PO box. A lot of people do it. Even when they say, even the shady people and the regular people who aren't shady, they're using UPS stores and PO boxes as addresses. You just put the street address and you use the P.O. box number as an apartment number or a suite number. Or an office number. That's all you do. It's not hard. It's very normal. But they're going to shade them because they got one of the business addresses went to a UPS store. Okay. Okay. And same person was staying there in Florida, New York, where the Florida address goes to the UPS store, and he said he was at the UPS store, but no pictures ever came out. Oh, and another thing, I want to know. So, if you see Brian Laundrie, you keep seeing these pictures come out and go, this is Brian Laundrie, right? Somebody cited him somewhere. They keep popping up, right? Right? Well, let me tell you something. Put yourself in these shoes. You're in a store. You see Brian Laundrie walk in, hiding himself, and you swear up and down it's him, right? There's a $170,000 reward for this man. $170,000, okay? Is it time for a Kodak moment? Is that what time it is? Or and even if that was what I seen one guy follow somebody around a Big Lots and took pictures of the guy buying stuff all over Big Lots. I'm like, you mean to tell me you pulled out your cell phone camera and there's a $170,000 reward and you ain't tried to get this reward? You ain't call no FBI, didn't call no police, didn't call no nothing. But you're gonna follow him around the store and take pictures. Okay, and you let him walk off and you swear it's him and you didn't go follow him for $170,000? Come on. There's people trolling. What else? I had a line of topics in my head. The guy in New York said he's a detective. He's supposed to be hunting down addresses. He says he's in New York, but then he says he's at the UPS store in Florida on the same day. Don't make no sense. And when you ask about it, he don't answer your questions. Then people come after you for asking questions. They're like, dude, I'm just asking questions. It's very confusing. Because the only address on the New York business license for the juicer company is the Florida address to the UPS store. So if he was at the UPS store saying that he was there and that's all it was, and it was somehow some other address. I'm like, dude, none of this makes sense. And so, oh, yeah. So, in the paperwork, I guess Mr. Laundrie has bought and sold some properties over the years. And his last one he sold in, they won't tell you this. They're like, he just sold a condo. They'll say that. They'll make it sound like it was last week. No, it was July 20th of this year that he sold the condo or transferred the condo. And it's not even really a condo. It's just an apartment in Venice is all it is. They call it a condo. Florida does that stuff, though. Name something a bougie name so they can get more money for it. That's all it is. So, in looking up these records, the person that bought the condo or the apartment in Venice was, I'm not going to say his name. I'm not, because privacy things out here. He bought it in July 20th of 2021. He put it in a revocable living trust for himself. And they're trying to shade these people, saying that they're hiding properties. But this was back in July. So how would that even be presented to somewhere in September? You know, how did they got a crystal ball? What do they got? I mean, how do they know that they were going to? That just don't make no sense. And then even the same detective I was talking about earlier about the New York, he said he was trying to tell everybody, and he's lying, and I called him out for it, and it got me hated on because I don't let people lie, no matter what's going on, no matter what. I'm not letting half facts roam around and cause more conspiracy theories that Brian's in a flower bed down there. Okay, but he said that the person that bought the condo was a lawyer who specialized in estates and trusts, and they were using an attorney to hide this property. And I'm like, So I went to the bar website, the Florida bar and the New York bar website, looked up the gentleman's name, and there's nobody by that name that is part of the bar in Florida or New York. And so I'm like, this dude doesn't even exist as a lawyer. He's not even a lawyer. I can't even find him. I just don't get it. I was like, he's not here. And I showed the proof. And the only law firm I found with that name in it was a female lawyer. And that didn't add up either. And that law firm really did do estate planning and stuff. And somebody had made the comment to the extent of, yeah, imagine that. Old people trying to do some estate planning. And for retirement, it's like not like a normal thing they do. Yeah. So everything these people do, that's what I was going to say about the Casey Anthony thing. If you notice Casey Anthony, her parents, no matter what they said or did, they were wrung through the mud. No matter what. Y'all want justice for Gabby? Do y'all want justice for Gabby? This ain't helping. No matter what these people come out and say or do, you're going to drag them through the mud and say they're lying and dog them out. They know this. I know this. And a few of y'all out there know this too. And no matter what they say or do, like the other day when he was going out with the cops to look for his son in the reserve. Everybody's been saying, why don't they go out and look for his son? If he's missing, they need to go help. Look, they ain't even left the house done. They don't even care. Well, as soon as the dad said he was going out to look for it, everybody on YouTube and Twitter like, well, what's that going to do? He ain't going to help. And they dogged him out for it. No matter what they do, they're going to be dogged out for it. There's so many scenarios. John Freeman Colt. Y'all look that stuff up. That's some crazy stuff right there. And he had guns. I'm just saying. The cops got him with some guns. So bullet holes at the Moab murder scene, and bullet holes at the Teton murder scene. I mean, come on. We don't even know if that. Somebody was like, well, that Grand Teton is where she murdered. We don't know that. We haven't been told that. We have not been told that by anybody. We just know that's the dump location. That's all we know. So you're going to assume. Too many people going to assume, and they don't go on facts. But yeah, we don't know what Brian told his parents. We don't know what's going through their mind. We don't know what he said from the date of September 1st to September the 11th or whenever the body was discovered. We don't know what he had told his parents was going on. I heard through the rumor mill that he told everybody that she was in New York with her other family. And so and that would buy you a little bit of time I'm not saying the man's guilty or innocent. I'm not saying either one. He's innocent until proven guilty under the Constitution and the law's eyes. But y'all talking about how long nobody can run forever. Well, there's been numerous people that's gotten away and never been caught. I'm not saying, this dummy, how's he keep running? How's he not getting caught? Apparently he's not as dumb as you think he is. Yeah, it's just a plain simple fact. And they may know kind of sort of where he's at, may not the reserve. They may have some other tips. And the FBI's like that. They sit on it, they'll chill. And when he makes a mistake, they'll get it. If that were to happen. Y'all let them do their job. They know how to do this. But you blame everybody else, point fingers, saying the parents are lying, and you don't know. You don't have evidence to support none of this. How many people have gotten dates wrong? How many people woke up Monday morning and thought it was Tuesday morning? How many people woke up Thursday morning and thought it was Friday morning? And it's happened to me numerous times. Waking up one day and thinking this is another day. Y'all ever screw up some days? Y'all ever screw up some dates? I've done it plenty. A lot of times. But these parents do it, and it's like all of it, and they're distressed as well. All the parents in this situation are distressed on either side. But we should know that. So to have some dates mixed up is not really that big a deal. And lying to Good Morning America and lying to me and you and the public, I think that's room to get arrested for lying. Well, I can't remember the name of the charge off the top of my head. Some days I just, I get it going, and some days I don't. But yeah, there's just, you don't know what Brian told his parents, so you don't know what they're thinking between the first and the time the body was discovered. So you don't know. We don't know. That man could have come home with that van, gave him some excuse that they just was like, okay, I see, and it could have been that something accepted, and he could have straight up lied and told them all kind of crazy stuff of why they wouldn't answer somebody's call. That's why they're not answering calls, because Brian told them some crazy ass crap, and that's if he is guilty. You know what I'm saying? As a guilty man would do that. Just saying. I'm not saying he is or isn't. I'm just saying. And there's more to this story. And the only way we're going to find out is to get Brian into custody. But we don't know if that will ever happen. So it's been kind of slow. People have been out here looking around. There's nothing much is going on. But I want to put in my 2 cents because things happen, man. I don't mean just like things happen. It's just like sometimes you get people who go on assumption and speculation, and you see it. They're going on what the media is telling them and what they think, and operating on emotion instead of sitting here and thinking the stuff out and be like, "There's evacuation tunnels! There's evacuation tunnels under the city." There's no evacuation tunnels, man. I can't tell you how many people have come to me. They're like, "You're sick." I'm sick for what? Because I believe people have constitutional rights, and I can think for myself. So I'm sick in the head. That's what this country has come to. When there's other things going on, how many volcanoes have been going off? There was some earthquakes this week. I think Japan had an earthquake. The whole Taiwan issue over there. What's going on with that? That's some. What's going on? Did everybody forget about Afghanistan and thousands of people over there? Thousands of Americans still in Afghanistan? And we forget about those? Anyways, guys, this is Redneck Superman signing off. America's greatest country on earth.